Dummling and the Three Feathers. There once was a king. He had 3 sons. The 2 older sons were smart, but the youngest son was quiet. He seemed a little silly, so people called him Dummling. The king got old and weak. He felt he would die soon. He wanted to give his crown to one of his sons, but he could not choose. So he said they should travel. The son who found the best carpet would be king when he died. The king wanted to be fair, so he took his sons to the palace yard. He threw 3 feathers into the air. He told his sons to follow where each feather went. 1 feather flew east, another flew west. The 3rd feather went straight up. It went a short way and then fell to the ground. So one son went east, the second son went west. They laughed at Dummling. He had to stay where his feather fell. Dummling sat down. He felt sad after his brothers left. He looked around. He saw a secret door near his feather. He opened it. He saw steps going down. He went down the steps. At the bottom there was another door. He knocked on it. He heard a voice. The voice said, "Girl, come quickly. Open the door. A person from the world above is here. We will help him." Then the door opened. Dummling saw a big toad. Many small toads were around it. The big toad asked him what he wanted. Dummling was surprised by the toads, but he was kind. He answered nicely, "I want the most beautiful carpet in the world. I need it now." The toad who spoke called to a young toad. It said, "Girl, a person is here. Let's give him what he needs." Right away, the young toad brought a big box. The old toad opened it. It took out a very beautiful carpet. It was so pretty. No one on earth could make it. Dummling took the carpet. He thanked them. He went up the steps. He was back in the palace yard. The 2 older brothers thought Dummling was too silly to be king. They thought he would not find anything. They said to each other, "We don't need to try hard to find a carpet." So they took a rough blanket from the first farmer they saw. They took it to their father. At the same time, Dummling came with his beautiful carpet. He showed it to the king. The king was very surprised. He said, "My youngest son should be king." But the 2 brothers heard this. They bothered the old king. They said, "How can Dummling, who is not smart, rule a kingdom? Please, make another test." "Okay," the father said. "The one who brings me the best ring will be king." Again, he took his sons outside. He threw 3 feathers in the air. The 2 older sons went east and west, but Dumbling's feather went straight up. It fell near the secret door. So Dummling went down the steps again. He saw the big toad. He talked to her. He told her what he wanted. So the big box was brought. The toad gave him a ring. It was so well made. No jeweler could make one like it. Meanwhile, the 2 older brothers laughed about Dummling looking for a ring. They decided not to try hard themselves. They found an old iron ring from a horse's harness. They took it to the king. Dummling was already there with his valuable ring. When he showed it, the father said the kingdom should be his. But the 2 older sons still bothered the king. They wanted one more test before he gave away his kingdom. The king agreed. He said the one who brought home the most beautiful woman would be king. So Dummling went down to the big toad again. He told her he wanted to find the most beautiful woman. "The most beautiful woman is not always near," the toad said, "but you will have her." Then she gave him a hollow turnip. 6 little mice were tied to it. Dummling looked at it sadly. It did not look like what he wanted. "What can I do with this?" he asked. "Just put one of my young toads in it," the big toad said. "Then you can decide how to use it." Dummling took one of the young toads. He put it in the turnip. As soon as it was there, something amazing happened. The toad became a beautiful girl. The turnip became a nice carriage. The 6 mice became handsome horses. Dummling kissed the girl. He drove off to take her to the king. Soon after, the two brothers arrived. Like before, they did not try hard. They just found the first ordinary woman they saw. The king looked at the three. He said, "Without a doubt, Dummling will be king when I die." Again, the brothers loudly showed they were not happy. They gave the king no peace. They said, "We cannot let Dummling be king." They said the women must jump through a hoop. It hung from the ceiling in the middle of the hall. The brothers thought, "Our women are strong. They will jump, but that weak lady will hurt herself if she jumps." The king agreed to this again. The farmers' wives went first. They jumped through the hoop, but they were clumsy. They fell and broke their arms and legs. Then the beautiful Lady Dummling jumped through lightly. She was like a young deer. This ended all arguments. So Dummling became king. He lived a long time. He ruled his people kindly and fairly.